This is not normally this high on the seawall, that's for sure. Yeah, one owner, never ridden in the rain, never dropped, always garage kept. Yeah, I'm starting to get into my air filter here. I gotta get out of this. Need a snorkel for this stuff, baby. What's up, weirdo? Shade Tree Surgeon here, and there's a hurricane coming, so stands to reason, let's get this chopper running. After all, what better vehicle to have running during a hurricane than a 70s era long chopper? Yeah, just one minor problem here. This doesn't quite fit. Thanks to Joe the Mountain Jedi and his magical pile of parts, he had another CB750 ignition just lying around. Well, something else is up with this vehicle. So I put the new coil on, put the ignition on. Coil was actually getting hot, literally like hot to the touch without the bike even running. And it still wasn't firing the middle two cylinders. So obviously something's grounded out. I just wanted to get it running because there's a very pretty girl in the garage. And I was like, dude, let's take the cool motorcycle out. It didn't work out too well because instead of getting it running, Cassie just had to sit here, watch me sweat and cuss while she drank a beer in that chair right there. So, and she goes, it's all right. I actually like the VMAX better anyway. As any pretty girl does, having things is her style, so we're taking the gold way. I don't think there's any girl in the world who doesn't prefer the luxurious comforts of a gold wing. You can talk all the crap about girls liking Harleys and sport bikes you want, baby. They're never happier than when they're on a wing. Whoa, whoa. Take it easy. Dude, I swear, a hurricane starts coming to Tampa and everyone loses their mind, dude. It's chaos on the street. Madness. Post-apocalyptic warfare on the streets of Tampa right now with a hurricane in the Gulf. Well, boys, I gotta tell you, I don't know if there's anything better than riding around a gold wing with a pretty girl in the back and getting your shoulders massaged, all right? Some people might not like sissy bars, but it lets the hands be free. Yeah, the sky's looking pretty gray, man. They're already doing mandatory evacuations in a few parts of Tampa in the lower lying areas. So it seems like people are actually taking this one serious, and it looks like it's coming straight at Tampa Bay as of right now, although it's not really supposed to be the worst until about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's so weird how still it gets. Like, there's little gusts of wind here and there, but just like 20 minutes ago when that band was going through, these palm trees were just like whipping and swaying in the wind. Now you look at them, they're like barely moving. That's another like really weird thing about hurricanes is in between the bands of the hurricane, it's almost just like unnaturally still. And if you've ever been in the eye of a hurricane, which I've been in a couple times, it's like that too. It's very strange. And you can see like all this stuff on the ground here. That's just from that one band that was like, maybe lasted like 30 minutes or something like that flew through. It was just already knocking all the stuff off the palm trees here. It already looks pretty wild in the sky, which really isn't going to show up that well in the GoPro. And I'm telling you, when you're in the eye of a hurricane, the eye of it, that is really crazy looking. I will be honest with you guys, I love riding around during a hurricane, especially in between the bands when it's not raining like this, because there's almost nobody on the road. It's like riding around during COVID. You guys remember that? You remember riding motorcycles during COVID? That was like the best time to ride motorcycles ever. There's nobody on the roads. You can be like riding down the interstate at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and nobody's even there. Freaking awesome. I like moving all these gas trucks around too. I don't know if they're just delivering. It's probably all the gas getting delivered to Tampa right now. There's just like gas trucks all over the place. And that's the first thing everybody does, and don't blame them. That's like a good piece of prep. It's also like the easiest piece of prep that everybody does to make themselves feel better. Not saying you shouldn't do it, but everyone just immediately fills up their gas tank. So what ends up happening here in Tampa, and I'm sure other places too, is all the gas stations just run out of gas because everyone's filling their car up. I don't want to make light of people filling up their gas tank, but I'm just making a joke because that's usually the only thing people do. They'll buy like a case of water and fill up their gas tank and be like, and then just kind of be like, look at me, I prepared. And I'm like, I think you got to do a little more than that to prepare for an actual disaster. But you know, it's better than nothing. That's for sure. It's better than nothing. So go ahead, still do that. If that's all you did better than nothing. So I never know. They're saying the storm surge might actually get bad on this one. If you guys are longtime viewers of the channel, you know that I usually go out during hurricanes and just kind of see what's going on. And lately we've been doing it on the dirt sure. Used to do it on the KTM because it does have a tag. Last time we got really lucky because we actually had a reverse storm surge and pulled all the water out of the bay and out of Hillsborough River because we're really susceptible to storm surge here. It doesn't look like that's the case this time. The sucker's looking pretty full, dude. If it pushes a whole bunch of more water in here, yeah, it's already freaking lapping up on the side, dude. Freaking look at that, man. Oh, yeah, dude. This is not normally this high on the seawall, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get saved by a reverse storm surge this time. This is looking pretty bad if it continues on the course it's on now. You guys remember I actually used to live in this neighborhood. I wonder if they put that up because of the hurricane. So this neighborhood is, the chief religion here is literally Santeria. Like, yes, like in the song, I don't practice Santeria. They do practice Santeria here. So this looks like it would be Christian because it has Jesus on it, but this is still, it's like, I don't want to call it just Cuban voodoo, but it's kind of like Cuban voodoo. So it doesn't actually represent Jesus. It'll represent something else. And you see down there, there's meat in that jar. There's meat in there. That's an offering. Usually it's some kind of pork. A lot of times they'll tie up pig intestines and stuff like that. So this might be for the storm. It might be for something else. I'm not sure. Yeah, when I lived here, you would find stuff like this all the time. And my neighbor, who owned a local sandwich shop, was actually the head priest for Santeria in the neighborhood. So, like I said, in that, like, I don't want to get up close to it because I don't want to disturb this stuff. It's personal. It's a religion. I'm not trying to be a dick. But I don't feel bad about showing it either. Obviously, I'm not going to go up there and disturb it. But yeah, that'll be like some sort of animal parts or intestines or something like that in there. That's like some kind of offering. I'll be honest, I never learned what, because it's kind of none of my business. But I wish I had. Because now I'm curious if that's like some sort of protection offering because of the hurricane coming. Because I've never seen one out there before. And I'd always find them in like the boles of trees and like hidden all around the neighborhood and in different places, small secret places and stuff like that. That one's like right out there in front of the bay. So, well, one of Tampa's bays, that was not Tampa Bay, that's Cockroach Bay. And that's where the cigar factory burned down. They built what'll probably become a whole bunch of Airbnbs. All right, let's go downtown and check on the status of the actual Tampa Bay. Let's see how close that next band is getting to us. It's coming, dude. I don't have much time. Yeah, that one's about to hit us right here. It's only green though, so it might not be that much rain. Yeah. That looks like it's definitely hitting Tampa. In my lifetime, Tampa's only been hit by a couple hurricanes that have done any real damage, and even then it was minimal. It wasn't like these hurricanes that have really devastated Florida. Tampa, we're lucky. I mean, hurricanes have hit here before, just not in my lifetime, and pretty much not in anybody else's lifetime who lives in Tampa either. The last one to really devastate Tampa, I think it happened like almost 100 years ago, which has made people very complacent, unless you're a fresh transplant from New York City, in which case you're probably freaking out. All the people who are freshly here from California, though, they were escaping wildfires, so something tells me they're probably not as scared. Crazy. Friggin', what time is it? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and downtown Tampa is deserted. Not complete. I mean, there's a couple cars here and there, but wow. If you've ever seen me drive through here before, you know how crazy this looks right now. This is insane to see nobody down here. What you'll also see is, like, here's some other guys out exploring on bikes, taking in the pre-hurricane sites. And when we get to Bayshore to see if the bay's looking crazy or not, I guarantee you people will be out there exercising and running. So yeah, there's something you can count on, okay? And it could be wildfire. It could be the second coming of Jesus Christ. We could be experiencing the rapture right now and shuffling off these mortal coils and shooting like bottle rockets up into the the heavens, or maybe staying here with all the demons. I don't know. Depends on if you made yourself right or not. But I can guarantee you one thing: the rapture could be here, and the freaking evil locust demons with diamond eyes would be bursting forth from the earth, and Satan himself is casting down hellfire, and someone's still gonna be jogging, dude. You can count on joggers. Joggers don't miss a day. The bay is like calm. Definitely pretty damn full, but also just calm. I'm gonna try to get back out here later when the winds are whipping up more and see if I can't get the waves crashing against the storm wall. It ends up looking really cool. They might put a mandatory stop driving. They don't normally do that. Like, or they do like an emergency only driving. That's the whole thing with like mandatory evacuations, like people talk about. Like I was just saying, the mandatory evacuation in some areas in Tampa. That doesn't mean they're going door to door and forcing people to like leave their homes. Mandatory evacuation just means that there's no emergency services. So if some shit goes down and you call 911, ain't no one coming. That's all mandatory evacuation means. All this stuff will be gone, dude. The wind will, if we get hit hard anyway. If the storm surge doesn't get it, just float it all out of the ground, because all that water will be up here if we get a bad storm surge. A storm surge can raise the level of the bay and the rivers by feet. By quite a few feet in like a matter of a couple hours. And you look at how much water's in the bay right now, it's already like way deeper than it usually is. Yeah, look, Bayshore's already flooding on the other side over here. You can tell in the water over here, that's not from it just raining. That's from like, there's so much water in the bay that our storm drain system is not able to keep up right now. Yeah, see that guy splashing through it right there? And these houses are all built up a little bit, so the water could be like literally over this, like covering this, and it still wouldn't be in most of the houses over there, because these are all like, this is, you know, the rich dickhead central on Bayshore, so a lot of them have taken precautions against this happening. But at a certain point, when water gets high enough, I don't care how many precautions you took, unless your shit's on stilts, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come back out here later so you guys can see. I don't know if it's showing up on the GoPro, but the water on either side, like this whole thing will be covered in water. That's why the dirt sure's perfect for it, baby. I even keep my feet out of the water on my crash bar here. My man over here is getting the whole damn family out with the dogs to check out the bay. That's cool, though. I mean, your kids live here. You should teach them about hurricanes. So I think taking your kids out to see the bay, like right now, nothing really dangerous is happening. It's fine. The most dangerous thing right now is people driving like idiots. That always happens in a hurricane. Everybody all of a sudden remembers they have to go do something, so people are just driving like crazy. But I like that. You should take your kids out and let them see what's happening and teach them a healthy respect for the weather. Whew, take it easy. Yeah, dude, it's funny. They'll be if this does get up here, people will always try to make it in their car. There's always somebody, and usually several somebodies. So if this gets up high enough, like enough to flood out cars, I'll be able to come back here later, and there'll be like half a dozen cars that are just sunk and floating out here for people who tried to make it through and just killed their car. Happens every time it blows. Now, we don't have to go slow. We're on an adventure bike, baby. Let's have an adventure. We can go through the water. People laugh at my little dirt bike fender. Oh, actually, my feet actually just get sprayed. Just got absolutely saturated from one puddle. All right, never mind. But it's not throwing water up in my face. So my little tiny dirt bike fender that everybody makes fun of, it does work, okay? See, watch, look. Oh, yep, that sprayed my legs. But it didn't spray my face. Yeah, dude, that water's up there, baby. Yeah, all the news guys are out getting their money shot. I mean, I guess I am too. I'm out here filming, so I can't really be talking crap about all the Bay News 9 out here getting their money shot for the weather tonight. I'd be awful hypocritical of me, but like I always say, hypocrites have more fun. Oh, these guys didn't move their boats, man. Freaking like, you know, $1 billion worth of yachts just sitting over there right next to the wall getting ready to get beat to death. Go check on the Hillsborough River next, which is the other part of Tampa that would really just screw a lot of neighborhoods down here. They'd be really in a tight spot if we get a lot of storm surge. I already know it's going to be high though, because the bay is that high and the Hillsborough River feeds directly into the bay. Like the Hillsborough River is right over there. This is crazy to see all this deserted like this. You gotta be stressing if you own a boat right now. Oh, sorry. You gotta be stressing if you own a boat and it's in the water like this. God, it's gotta cost a fortune to dock your boat here. The last hurricane was supposed to be wild and really bad, and it ended up coming towards Florida in such a way that we got a reverse storm surge and it pulled all the water out of the river. All right, let's get back to the fort and park it for now. I don't think it's as bad as it could be for Tampa. I don't think it's gonna hit us in exactly the worst way or the best way, whichever way you're looking at it, but I think we're gonna get more than we usually get this time. All right, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and the hurricane's, we're like right on the tail end of it here in Tampa, so we go out and see what we can see. The thing about Tampa hurricanes and always getting lucky is, it tends to make people pretty complacent. I don't know exactly what's happening up in the Panhandle right now, but they said Idalia is a Category 4 now, so whatever's happening up there, man, those people are my thoughts, because it's going to be bad. Category 1, Category 2, unless they're going to hit in exactly the right way to cause some bad storm surge, you really don't even worry about it that much. You start getting into the Category 3 and Category 4, when those things make landfall, it is bad news. Now, the wind was pretty bad last night. We went through the majority of the storm happened for us around like 4 o'clock in the morning. What I'm worried about for people is just in Tampa here, it was just storm surge. I'm worried about storm surge for people everywhere, not just Tampa. Don't worry, guys. The Ybor City chickens made it just fine. Out there in Riverview where Forgotten Angels is, they got oak trees down everywhere. That always happens. So much water goes into the ground, so much rainfall, then combined with the wind, knocks over oak trees all over the place. Let's see how the seawall's doing over at Cockroach Bay. Oh, yeah. I would say we got a little bit of storm surge. But this is, like I was telling you guys earlier, in the video yesterday, this is what happens, man. It's just the water doesn't have to raise but a few feet, man. It's just right over these walls like this. Wild. God, man, there is going to be some damage in Tampa. These houses are all flooded inside here. That is freaking rough, man. Let's see here. We have to clean this sucker off, man. Afterwards, it's gonna be covered in freaking seawater. Golly, man, that sucks about these houses. Oh, this guy's up on bricks over here. I think he's all right. All right, how deep are we gonna get here before I give up? As long as I'm not over the air filter, I think I'm fine. Yeah, one owner, never ridden in the rain, never dropped, always garage kept. Yeah, I'm starting to get into my air filter here. I got to get out of this. Thought I was going to be able to do some exploring out here, but oh, the water's just a little too high, even for old shade tree surgeon. Need a snorkel for this stuff, baby. No. Well, I ain't going home yet. I said I ain't going home yet. Just down the street, man. I got a couple of friends who live on right up there. Yeah, sure. Huh? I just got a little bit of water in the air filter. It's not a big deal. Josh. Let's see if I can get out of here without the cops giving me a very deserved hard time. Storm surge down here, definitely too high, even for the dirtster. The fuzz gonna let me go without giving me a hard time here. I definitely don't like talking to the news, man. Out here taking pictures of me, and the caption's gonna read, "Dipshit freaking drowns his motorcycle trying to freaking try to go through the storm surge." That's all right though. If the caption reads, "Local dipshit has to push his bike after trying to drive it down the road through 4 feet of water," I kind of deserve that one, so I can't complain that much. That is the absolute worst I've ever seen Cockroach Bay, though. I've never seen it up that high. Let's go check and see how the bay and the river are doing. Although, I'm saying if Cockroach Bay is that high, I'm assuming there is flooding all over the place. Got the spark plugs wet. I'm assuming if Cockroach Bay is that high, there's going to be a lot of water in other places too. I still got friends who live in Palmetto Beach, and I was going to swing by my buddy Dirk's house, who's a bartender here in Ybor, old friend of mine, to see if everything was okay. But at this point, I gotta assume I ain't getting to his house. Or maybe I could have if I had stuck to the sidewalk instead of driving in the middle of the road. But now with the cops sitting there making sure nobody does exactly what I did, I don't think I'm getting down there to check on the house. But assume if Cockroach Bay is that far over the water, down here by the river, it's gotta be over the seawall. My man out here in the Raptor, I know exactly what he's doing. There's people like that every time there's a hurricane, they'll go out and just start towing people out. Looks like the boats are still in the water and not on the sidewalk, so I think we're doing all right by the river. Oh yeah, dude, this is fine, man. It's not even close to coming over the seawall. Of course, I gotta imagine that it's built up a lot more here than it is most places. I can see it's over the bank on the other side. Oh, they still had a couple of feet over here. Get down here to the river, there are parts of the river where the houses are very expensive, and then there are other parts of the river that are just as beautiful, but the houses are very cheap and the whole place is economically depressed. And those two disparities exist pretty much where it floods and where it doesn't, as you could imagine. Oh yeah, we're definitely spilling over. Not on that side though. I was saying earlier, yeah, there's our oak trees underwater over there. They look like they're leaning over. Oh, it's just all this water just freaking makes the roots so weak, like that one over there. As you see, on this side, the houses are more expensive because there's no water. After we tour this side of the river, I'll show you a side of the river where the houses are a lot cheaper. These guys are high and dry over here. I imagine they had to have been sweating. You can see, like, when you're wondering like how low it usually is, and I've showed it in other videos. I didn't come down here before though. You can see where the water is on those trees. It wasn't that much farther, man. Again, a few more feet and it would have been up here, but like I said, these houses are high and dry, man. They freaking slept through the night. Not a thing happened. It ain't like that on every part of the river. I'll tell you that right now. Like, again, look at the houses on this side of the river though. Yeah, a little bit of a different story for some other people's places, unfortunately. Damn. Oh, damn, dude. Like we said, there you go, the other side of the river. The houses are cheaper, even though that's still a very beautiful house. And yeah, the bottom floor is underwater. Although if they built it with this in mind, the bottom floor is a garage, not living space. Yeah, when you got the money to build a house, you know, to deal with this stuff, you got that one over there, and this one, these two super nice, super big, rich houses, and you can see now, it's very apparent now how much they're built up off the ground for exactly this happen. Like, this guy's whole boathouse is underwater. You look at how deep it is, and they're all built up, compared to that other one back there that's just underwater. like, it's not that bad. You know, you're like, oh, the river looks kind of high, but if you're used to seeing it how I usually see it, you're like, damn, dude, that river is up there. Oh, yeah. We gonna chance it? I'm gonna follow your lead, buddy. I think if the F-150 can make it through, I think we're safe. Yeah, this one's fine. I mean, I was fine before. I think I just got deep enough to get my spark plugs wet. And yeah, I don't care how high your air filter is or how high your exhaust is. You know, there's definitely some water in the exhaust. A smarter man than me, and there are many smarter people than I am. I went pro on being a moron years ago, but you know, God loves an idiot. But a smarter person than me definitely would have siliconed the spark plug wires. Oh no! Dang. Yeah, that is underwater, baby. Rick's is fine. We can still get our oysters, but this, again, if you've been watching the channel all the time, and if you're new here, please subscribe. 2 videos a week and a couple of live streams. You've been to Rick's with me before plenty of times, and this is usually a parking lot. That is pretty freaking deep out there, man. Oh yeah, we got cars underwater over there. It's gonna be a rough one, man. I can't imagine what they're going through in the Panhandle yet. I haven't really looked at the news. My heart goes out to them, man, because I know it's gonna be bad up there. The last I read on the news was that it was a Category 4 and going towards places in Florida where they've never had a hurricane hit directly. Just like Tampa, and Tampa is famously unprepared because we always seem to get lucky. I know from experience, being something of a lucky person myself, like I said, God loves small puppies, drunks, and idiots, and I kind of identify as all three. The luckier you are, the more unprepared you usually are. You know, they say you got to make your own luck. So, you know, when luck gets handed to you, you tend to take it for granted. Yeah, this is rough. I wonder if I could make it through here. I think I probably could. Maybe. How deep are we talking here? How deep are we talking? Where's the news teams to go? Local idiot does literally the same thing twice, expecting different results. Yeah, if I'm not trying to go 25 miles an hour, maybe I won't kick it up into the spark plug boots. Rough, man. It is rough out here right now. The houses are fine, man. These guys are built back up off the river, so they're still doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna quit pushing my luck right now and get out of this. It's just like, what the hell's your problem? I don't like that though. Like, the freaking guys from the newspaper were coming up to me like with these sad faces on, taking all these pictures of me as I'm pushing my bag out of Cockroach Bay, and I'm like, come on, man, like, cut me some slack here, dude. I'm out here taking videos. Yeah, I'm also trying to check on some friends, but I'm also out here making videos. I'm not lying about it. I told them that, but it's like, don't try to act like you're better than me, okay? Don't try to act like you're better than me out here snapping pictures of me pushing my bike out, trying to write all sorts of stuff down. You're not better than me. You're doing the same thing I am. Judging from the river and Cockroach Bay, I don't even think I'm probably going to be able to get to Bayshore. Most likely they have it already blocked off with cops. Not that I'd necessarily be able to get down it anyway. Oh, damn, dude. That's way flooded over there, too. All through here. Oh, yeah, dude. You got docks underwater over there, too. Again, we still got really, really, really lucky here in Tampa. Everyone in Florida who has a 4-wheel drive for almost no reason, they all have them out right now. There's almost, not completely, but almost no reason, unless you go hunting pretty regularly, and even then, a lot of times you get away with 2-wheel drive. There's no reason to have a 4x4 in Florida. But by golly, they got them, and today's their day, their shining moment. Bust out that $100,000 Raptor. Your time has come to shine. Feel good about your purchases and your $2,000 a month car payment. as you roll around these desolate streets going through 2 whole feet of water. Ah, yes, truly a man of action. Yeah, I don't think there's any way they're gonna let me on Bayshore, but we'll see. Of course, I'm talking all this shit about big 4-wheel drives and looking at you, Blockhead, and your big old Raptor. I own a 4-wheel drive F-150. It's just not a Raptor, so I get a pass, right? Oh yeah, no, they're like, nah, dude, nah. They already got it blocked off up there. They didn't even let you get close enough to see it. That's smart too, because if they let me get close enough to see it, I would have gone and seen it. Dang, like river walks underwater. Well, we're getting closer to the bay. Of course, the closer you are to the bay, the higher the river is going to be. What did I say about joggers? Nothing stops a jogger, baby. I don't care. The apocalypse, raining down fire. The true believers popping off like bottle rockets to go drink grape juice with Jesus. And the joggers will still be out here, jogging their way right up to heaven. Oh, and a rainbow. Jogging their way directly up to the pearly gates. I guess all the sinners who jog will still be down here jogging in the hellfire, brimstone, and locust. But, well, like I said, the sinners and saints alike who jog will be jogging on Judgment Day. And for good reason, dude. I'm being an idiot. Just not any more of an idiot than anyone who's out here working for the newspaper or for Bay News 9 or ABC or anything like that. I'm not any more of an idiot than they are, okay? They're like, oh, we're the news. We're reporting. Well, people watch my YouTube channel, okay? I'm out here showing people what's going on in the city. How is what I'm doing any different from what they're doing? You tell me in the comments. How is it different? Why? Because they have health benefits? I mean, that is kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be dope. But that's it, right? That's it. All right, too much fuzz for me. I don't mind cops, I just don't want them around me. That's all. They can just do their thing that doesn't involve me because I'm a nice young man out for a little ride. I'm like the joggers, okay? Nothing stops bikers, nothing stops joggers. I'm a nice young man. I'm a dues-paying member of the Law-Abiding Citizens Club. I'm not doing anything wrong, and the cops can do their thing somewhere where I'm not. And yes, I got friends who are cops. I got plenty of cops who watch this channel. I love you guys. Just when you're doing your job, do it somewhere I'm not. Because you can trust me, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I said, a dues-paying member of the Law-Abiding Citizens Club. Nothing to see here, officer. I'm going to sneak down one of the side streets and see how close they'll let us get. I'm not doing anything bad. I just want to look, man. I want to, like I said, like the news guys. But the news guys are allowed to go up there. Come on now. Got a cop on every street. Not on this one. Not on this one. I ain't gonna go super deep. That is obviously too deep for this motorcycle. I am gonna park it and walk up there though. I just want to see. I want to peek. These guys are fine. I can go up there. I can go take a peek. It's your time to shine, 4-wheel drive, man. It is your time to shine. Feel good about your purchase. The Jeep guys and the Raptor guys they love this. This is their favorite time of year. This is like Christmas for them. Look, they got their phone out and their Rubicon. A couple of UT girls out for a spin in the Rubicon, feeling good about their 4x4. Don't splash my bike on the way out. Oh yeah, even the sidewalk's getting deep over here. I wonder how deep it gets if I'm gonna be up to my knees if I go out here. Make sure I don't trip and bust my freaking head open. Oh, yeah, the water's so murky I can't see anything. I'm gonna end up tripping over a curb. I mean, it'd be a slow fall, so I think we're all right. The Jeep turned around. Come on, it's trail rated. Hey, don't splash that bike. It's a custom. My waterproof boots are keeping all the water in now. So I guess they're working. Waterproof both ways. Hey, that's more like it. This is a no-wake zone. Bro, I was about to say, bro, I don't think so. And your Subaru, a Subaru. I don't know about that one, buddy. This lady's got the right idea. This is going to be a car floating down Bayshore Boulevard here in a minute if you keep going. Well, hold up now. Give me a second, lady. I mean, you're not... No one's holding a gun to your head. Jeez, OP, take it easy. I was freaking shot out of here like someone was chasing her. Come on, it's a Subaru. You can do it. You're gonna drive... How far are you gonna drive backwards, lady? The whole way? I promise you can turn around. Where are you going to choose? She's still going backwards. Which way is it going to be? Where's it going to be? Where I can see her looking at driveways. She's trying to make a decision. She's trying to make a choice. Which driveway are you going to turn around in? I think she's going to go all the way to the stop sign. She's going. There you go. That one there. Oh, nope, not that one. Change his mind again. Okie dokie. All the way again? I'm gonna wait here. This seems like a bad person to be on a motorcycle around. I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna do my thing far away from you. Seems like the safest bet right now. Howdy. I did not get a howdy back. All right, partner. Have it your way. I mean, obviously, I'm glad you didn't flood out her car, but part of me was just like, oh, you're gonna go for that? I wonder if she would have went for it if that lady didn't yell at her. That lady was like, get out of here! Which, I don't blame her. Like, the people who live in these houses, there are people parking on the street, like me, out here trying to look at everything, and they're probably annoyed with it. I can't really blame them. But I wonder if that lady hadn't been there, would she have gone for the gold? Would she have went for it? Another jogger. You can't really use joggers as a canary in the coal mine that everything's going to be all right and is returning to normal. Like I said, the joggers, they're going to be out no matter what, dude. Full scale, red dawn. Doesn't matter. It could be red dawn, man. We're going to be out here freaking doing homeland security, jogging with an AR on their back. Let's check in on those poor guys. Won't someone think about the millionaires and their yachts over there? Oh, thank goodness. They seem to be fine. Whew. That was a close one, guys. I was really worried for you. Sir, you were going down the wrong way over there. That's always like, whenever something like this happens, hurricane, everyone just driving like a, you know, myself included, just driving like an absolute ignoramus on the road. I wonder, I should have started earlier. I waited for the light to come out so I could film. And the cops got everything blocked off now. If I haven't started earlier, I could have really got myself in some trouble. Damn, right up to the stoplight over there. All right, let's be careful up here. It's gonna be windy on the elevated highway. Okay, not that this is as bad as the bridges, but they start closing down bridges once the wind hits 40 miles an hour. Get a really good view of the river from up here too. Yeah, this could have been so much worse. Like what we're seeing here in Tampa is obviously gonna be like millions of dollars of damage still, like overall, to like if you count up everybody's house. And I'm sure that someone will have died. Again, I'm out here, I'm making my jokes, laughing at joggers, doing my thing. I don't want to laugh too hard at joggers. We're gonna need them when the apocalypse comes. But you know, obviously there's gonna be a lot of people experiencing a lot of heartbreak, even in a place that quote unquote got lucky like we did here in Tampa. I can tell you right now, even with this amount of damage in the city, heartbreak abounds in Tampa Bay. So I'm out here. I'm a light. If you're new here because you clicked on a video that's talking about Hurricane Idalia on the same day it happened, if you're new here, I just want to say I like to be lighthearted. I like to make my jokes, but I also don't want to forget that there's a lot of horrible things happening to people here in Tampa right now, and especially up in the Panhandle where I don't even know what's happened up there yet. I know it's going to be bad. See if you're allowed to get off here, if they got the exits blocked off. South Tampa floods really, really badly. It's all on a peninsula over here. It can be really horrible. Just the stormwater system down here in South Tampa just can't keep up. I lived down here for my entire youth. This is where I grew up. South of Gandy, not here. What are these guys doing just hanging out? Oh, car accident. God, I hope everybody's okay, man. That's horrible. With everything that's happening today, to then add that to the list, that is just absolutely awful. Anyway, like I was saying, I grew up down here, so they made it a lot nicer since I grew up down here, but my house, when we were growing up, it would flood even if it just rained kind of hard, let alone when a hurricane was coming through. And they stopped calling it South Tampa and started calling it Soho and put new stucco on all the houses, and all of a sudden everyone liked to pretend like this wasn't in one of the worst flood zones in Tampa. South Tampa wasn't even the people with the blue hair showing up saying that rent was going up, dude. It was just straight yuppies and BMWs down here. Of course, that's usually how it goes. Usually, if you're in a neighborhood and you want to know your rent's going up, first the gay artists move in, then the hipsters move in, and then after that, the yuppies ain't too far behind. Yeah, South Tampa, or sorry, Soho, they skipped the gay artists and the hipster phase, and they went straight to the yuppies. And whenever you see all those videos of people like riding jet skis down their streets and stuff, a lot of that stuff is in South Tampa. It floods bad down here. Bad enough that, not here because we're higher, it gets worse the further you go in. Bad enough that you will probably be seeing viral videos too long of people riding jet skis down the street and taking their kayaks into work. The street I grew up on always flooded. When we were kids, it was fun. We go out there and play around in the water. Probably got us ringworm, but you know, we didn't know any better at the time. Go out, play in that dirty water all day, have some fun, come home and get a bleach bath by grandma. That's how you know there's a hurricane in town. Anyone else out there get bleach baths? Yeah, that was a staple of my childhood, man. Got some more bad rain coming in too. I can see it. Like I said, down here, it starts getting to be on like a street by street basis as to who's gonna flood and who ain't. I don't know why I'm putting my feet up. They're already full of water. This doesn't really matter at this point. I reckon my boots weigh like 15 pounds a piece right now. I didn't even bother to put a cop up here. They're just like, yeah, dude, go ahead, you freaking moron. I can see that truck, so it ain't that deep. I see him moving through it. Let's see how far we can get. Of course, pushing my shit out of this would be a damn sight more annoying than pushing my motorcycle, you know, the 25 yards I had to push it out of Palmetto Beach. Yeah, I really don't want to have to call Shay to come rescue me right now. Let's go ahead and give this one up as a bad job. We can say yes, it's flooded down here for certain. Ooh, yeah, it's bad down there. Yeah, this part of South Tampa, man, it gets really, really rough. Like I said, you know, there's I'm sure there's still some yuppies down here, but there's the parts that they charge a lot of money for, and then places around here further south, closer to the water, where they're like, yeah, you can still get a house pretty cheap around these parts. Either that, or your realtor told you some fibs. Which, let me tell you, can real estate agents be some fibbing motherfuckers? Yeah, this guy in the Hyundai, he ain't making the same Subaru mistake. Yeah, this ain't that bad down here, though. I mean, again, though, it depends on how high up your house is off the ground, because if it's built up a little bit, you're totally fine, man. There's not like, a foot of water on the ground. But if you ain't built up, you're gonna be in for a rough time, man. Yeah, all this is flooded down here. Definitely, I got cars underwater over there. Yeah, we're getting deeper and deeper over here. Got my man's out here in a side-by-side. Oh yeah, see, like I said, remember I was saying, this is where you're gonna end up seeing them viral videos with the jet skis rolling around, is down in a place like this. Because these streets will stay flooded for days sometimes. So my man in the four-wheeler, if he can make it, I think I can make it. I think, actually, you know what? Discretion being the better part of valor, I really don't feel like pushing my motorcycle out of here. The guy on the ATV has probably got a snorkel. Man. See, though, this guy's up off the ground. I'm sure he's still got water inside, but Not every house. You could have two houses right next door to each other, and one will be completely flooded out and ruined, and the other one will be high and dry. Man, all the way down that street is bad, dude. Now, you ain't getting outside. This was a mandatory evacuation zone. Obviously, you're seeing people walk around like most people didn't evacuate, but it was a mandatory evacuation zone down here. Probably why you don't see as many cops. Old Dirtster will definitely be getting an oil change after this. Probably looks like chocolate milk right now. Got a Wendy's Frosty keeping all my parts lubricated. Not exactly the best for it. But hey, it's an adventure bike, so it was meant to do stuff like this. It's meant to go on an adventure. Maybe it wasn't meant to, but we do. All right, I'm getting like later. It's got to be like almost 8:30, 9 o'clock by now, which means the streets are gonna get even busier with looky-loos like me. People trying to come out and see what happened overnight. And it's gonna get dangerous. People are gonna have their heads on a swivel, checking stuff out, driving erratically. I think we better head back to the fort. Let's see if they'll let us out at Ballast Point, which is on the other side of Bayshore. Bayshore kind of stretches from the downtown Tampa area over there, way down here to South Tampa. McDill Air Force Base is over there. Neighborhoods back there. Bayshore, like, again, if you look at a map of Tampa Bay, it goes around Tampa Bay. It's actually, if you're wondering, and absolutely nobody was, is the longest uninterrupted sidewalk in the world. And I forget how bad the Ballast Point area on this side of Bayshore gets, but probably bad enough that they got it blocked off with cop cars. Like, they'll let you ride around the poor neighborhoods. They're like, yeah, knock yourself out. Go flood your shit out. The rich neighborhoods are like, whoa, take it easy, buddy. Okay? People are just trying to exist here. They're just trying to live in their homes and see what damage they have. You need to be cool. And in the poor neighborhood, they're just like, yeah, knock yourself out. Do wheelies up and down the street. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, I'm like, it is what it is, dude. I'm not telling a fib here. Because let me tell you what, where it was back there. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the cops aren't there because it was mandatory evacuation. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of fishy to me that the place with the $1 million houses was all blocked off, and the minute I got down here, nobody seemed to care. Curious, we'll say. Very curious. Let's go see what we can see. And what do we see? Like I said, there are three things in this world you can count on: death, taxes, and joggers. A Tampa Yacht Club. Won't somebody think of the yachts? They look fine. I think the yachts are okay. They made it. Oh, dang. It's all flooded over here. I mean, again, I hate to keep saying we got lucky, but we did. It's rough to say we got lucky because there are definitely people who are experiencing a large amount of heartbreak right now. But still, even with all of this, we definitely got lucky. Got a little higher vantage point on this side of Bayshore. I might be able to get a little bit closer to see how bad it actually is and see if it reached any of the houses that are directly on it. Some of these streets are built up and some of them are completely flooded. Like you can see, the GoPro probably ruins it because GoPro doesn't do much for like hills and stuff like that, but you can see how we're high up here and it goes down onto Bayshore over there. I wonder if I could go down the other way or if I'm gonna get yelled at for that. Howdy, y'all. Okay, this ain't that bad down here. I can see the cops that got it blocked off there closer to downtown Tampa. Well, anytime you're next to the water, like a big body of water, it could even be a lake, man. There's always destructive forces at play. That is for dang sure. Everyone's out checking it. I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah, it gets really bad over here. I don't think I'm going to chance that one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can't say anything because I'm making a video for people to watch. They can see what happened. We see all these people out here checking it out. Like, of course people want to see what happened, you know? You can't hate them for that. What annoys me more than anything is someone who, like, watch this, and they'll be there. There'll be someone who will comment on this video and be like, oh, you're a disaster tourism, and you're just people just rubbernecking, and this, I can't believe people are watching this and all this, and I'll look at it and go like, well, dog, I gotta tell you, if you're leaving a comment like that, you clicked on the video, okay? You can't blame people for wanting to see what happened. It is just a natural human instinct, especially when they live here. All right. The disaster tourism is getting kind of crowded. The lines are too long. Woke up early so I can get the fast pass. but now the crowds are here. You can see here, I just got on the crosstown, and there's Bayshore. That's where it is, right down there. You can see it from the crosstown. Probably looks like crap on the GoPro, but I'm sure if you really want to see some like drone shots of it, there will be some videos up on YouTube. I'm not the only person out here filming this. I do love Tampa though, man. For all its flaws and all its weirdness and all me talking all this shit about yuppies and all this crap. I do love my city. I like it here a lot, man. Dang, his wings are starting to whip up again. It's a house. I lived there for, God, 12 damn years. I ain't going back this way again. I just want to check on Palmetto Beach one more time. Same cops who saw me almost drown out my bike and see me come back and go like, listen, dude, not again. We'll go around the other way and see if I can drown it on that side. Those cops probably haven't seen me yet. I was always waiting for this to happen when I lived down here. Like I told the reporter who was asking me, you ever seen it this bad? And it was true. No, I had never seen it like this. There are a lot of houses on stilts down here in Palmetto Beach though. How deep is that? Knee level? We're probably gonna have to turn around before this stop sign. You see down here, they got houses on stilts. But I ain't like that everywhere. All right, let's go ahead and get out of this. This is exactly as bad as I thought it was. Damn, rough ticket for a lot of these houses, man. Real rough. Damn, dude. Oh, okay. Well, no wonder they got these crosstown exits blocked off. That makes a lot more sense now. I already got cars that tried to make it through and didn't quite. Looks like it. All right, guys, back at the fort now. You can see it's starting to freaking come down again. It's already, we still got a lot of rain bands, a lot of wind coming through. I just wanted to get this video up and ready today for the people who were curious and wanted to know how we were doing here in Tampa. I have a lot of messages, a lot of people asking me how things are. You saw it, like I said, we got really, really lucky. I'm still thinking about all those guys out in the panhandle. My heart goes out to them. It's got to be horrible out there. I would be very remiss if I didn't offer a way to help. So I'm going to give you guys a few options. If you're watching this and you'd like to lend a hand down here in Florida, I personally am fine, but we do have the camp out coming up at Forgotten Angels. So this Saturday, we're meeting up at Forgotten Angels and we're going to do a cleanup of the property out there if you guys would like to come and help out with that. Also, we have that raffle going. This Friday, we're pulling 2 tickets for either one of 2 BMW RT 1150 X police bikes or a Kawasaki KZ 1000. 25 bucks a ticket. 100% of that money goes to Forgotten Angels, which is a Florida-based charity. We're trying to expand outside of Florida, but it's a Florida-based charity that builds tiny homes for young men who have aged out of the foster care system. Whenever there's intense weather like this, whenever there's natural disasters, it puts incredible strain on already very strained relationships and all these people who are in bad spots because they're either in foster care, going into foster care, or have been made homeless. Actually, I went outside my truck, the back underneath the topper was open. Somebody had been sleeping in there because they were trying to get out of the storm. I can't even be mad at that. They're just trying to get out of the storm. The way that this affects homeless people is absolutely horrendous. So I have a link to that raffle down below. 100% of it goes to charity, but you know, you might win something too. We're pulling those tickets live this Friday, and you also get a chance to win $250,000 or a house. That's what the raffle will say it's for. Another charity that I know where all of the money goes to charity is from Bert's Barracuda, Harley Davidson, and of course Bert's Black Widow down in Port Charlotte. I'll have a link to that down as well. Bert's a stand-up dude. Of course, his motorcycle dealerships are here in Florida, and he has his charity, Bert's Salute to America. Again, link down below if you want to donate money to them. I am sure, I don't know what they're going to do yet, but they always end up helping out whenever there's a storm down here. And from myself, if you go to brapstar.com, I'll be selling my Welcome to Florida, a sunny place for shady people, which anytime there's something like this going on, I'm going to end up taking all the money from those sticker sales until what I have is gone and donating all of that myself to charity. These are the ones right here. We've actually got them in a bigger size now. So these are up on brapstar.com. Again, link down below. 100% of this will also be going to charity, which you might as well just like donate it to Forgotten Angels or to Burt Salute to America, because that's where, if you buy a sticker, that's where I'm going to put the money anyway. So like if you just want to like skip me, the middleman, and just go check out those guys, then by all means do that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, we got really lucky here in Tampa. Very, very lucky. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday for the cleanup, and if not, we got the Rats and Wrath Market at Orpheum on Sunday that we're organizing a ride to. Until next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high. Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.